Start getting comfortable making people uncomfortable. Hi, my name is London the Mogul, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. When you decide to start working on yourself and becoming a better version of yourself, you're going to make people uncomfortable. The number of times people get uncomfortable around me, it's insane. When I actually intentionally get dressed, I make a lot of people uncomfortable. They stares, they nini, and it used to get to me. I used to be like, oh, why are people staring? And then I remembered, girl, you're a bad bitch. You're a fucking bad bitch. Of course, people are gonna stare. Sometimes I'll even look myself in the mirror and I'm like, now I get it. Now I get it. I'd stare too because I'm a fucking bad bitch. So if you make a conscious decision to be the main character, in your life, in whichever way, whether that means you put yourself first all the time, you consistently put effort in your looks, and when you actually don't care what anybody says, you're going to make people uncomfortable. Any single time I am thinking, oh, what will person A think, or what will this person think? I think, who's paying my bills? Me. So why the fuck should I care what anybody else has to say or do? For as long as you're not invading my personal space, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. And it took a while for me to get here. I even used to underdress crazy, right? I'd underdress. I wouldn't wear like my nice sexy outfits because I don't want to be called a prostitute. I know, stupid and crazy, but I used to have that mentality, because I live in the ghetto. So everyone wants to touch when they see skin, or they want to catcall, insult. It's a lot. And it used to get to me, but not anymore. Right now, I wear whatever the fuck I want because I don't give a fuck. I do whatever the fuck I want because I don't give a fuck. And it takes a lot for you to get to a point where you genuinely don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck, every single time I'm walking on the road, and I find myself feeling a bit anxious because people are really genuinely staring. I just start saying, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, I don't, because I really don't. And eventually I stop giving a fuck because we're only human. And when you're a bad bitch, and I don't know why I'm not used to getting stares by now, because I get stared every single time. I get stared at every single time. It doesn't matter what I'm dressed in, where I'm going, how my hair is done. I'm actually going out of my way to make sure my hair is like not aesthetically pleasing. Like, I want to do this to the rest of my head because I don't want to be stared at. But that's actually doing the opposite of what I want. Because now I had someone stare at me yesterday and they were like, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, damn, I wish he could give me some money. I wish anaweza shuka nipatie ganji, but So my goal right now is to make sure I'm not aesthetically pleasing. I don't, especially towards men. I want men to be repulsed by me. When they see me, the goal is to make sure men are repulsed by me. My style. I want to go absolutely blonde with the brows and the hair because I genuinely don't give a fuck. I'm so used to being stared at, men, women. I've gotten to a point where it's okay. I'm like, I'm a bad bitch, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You don't expect to put in effort to look good and you don't get stared at. It's not your fault someone is lazy. I chose to wake up 30 minutes earlier to do my brows, my makeup, iron my clothes. Now you're mad because you chose to sleep in. Now you look like who did it and why, and I look like Beyonce in her prime. It's not your job to make people comfortable. If someone is uncomfortable, well and good. Okay, and it's not like you're going out of your way to make people uncomfortable. If it's your presence that's making people uncomfortable, then that's between them and God knows who. It's not your problem. It's not up to you to start making people comfortable, okay? And that this is something I'm also learning. It's not that I've perfected this, but it's something that I'm learning. It's not my job to make people comfortable. If you're not comfortable with who I am, it's okay. That's a scarcity mindset. You're afraid of losing people that don't do shit for you. Even if they do shit for you, what makes you think they're the only people that can do shit for you? They're not the ones doing shit for you. God is the one that's doing this shit for you. Every single decision you make in your life, the first thing you should think is, okay, how am I benefiting from this? And if you're not benefiting, then it is what it is. Like, why would you do something that you're not benefiting from? Out of love? Absolutely not. The only love you should have that's absolute is the love you have for yourself. Okay, you should love yourself unconditionally. Everybody else should get conditional love. If you don't do this, I'm leaving. And if someone is comfortable with you, with letting you go, that's okay. Like, we move on. You know. And when you decide to choose yourself, you have to be comfortable with being by yourself, because a lot of people are not going to be okay. Again, a lot of people are going to be uncomfortable because you're choosing to choose yourself. Okay, you're choosing to make yourself comfortable, so you come first. In every single decision you make, you come first. You don't care what anybody else is doing, what anybody else is saying, because it's just background noise. You're the main character. Main character energy. When you embody main character energy, you get to a point where you genuinely don't care about anybody else other than yourself. Self comes first. There's this quote of, you can't pour from an empty cup. Seriously, your cup can't be empty and you're still consistently trying to pour into other people. Use that energy and pour into yourself. And once you start pouring into yourself, you actually start attracting people that are pouring into you as well, because you're the one that sets the standard for everybody else to follow. Everybody else is gonna do what you do. If you love yourself, they have no other choice than to love you too. If you love your life, if you're obsessed with yourself, everybody else that's around you has no other choice than to be obsessed with you too. But if you keep constantly making adjustments into your life to make other people comfortable, because you want to seem what is it, it's like people pleaser tendencies. That's a people pleaser tendency. You know, you are not comfortable, but you're doing something anyway because you want to make the other person comfortable. No, you should always come first. You should always pour into yourself. Everything should be self, regardless of who's uncomfortable, because it's not your job to make people comfortable. You have to be comfortable enough with self so that even when you're in a room where you are making other people uncomfortable, you don't care. And here's the thing, when you spend time with yourself for a while, you actually start picking up on energy. I'm the kind of person that picks up on energy a lot. Everything you do in life is revolving around you. How am I benefiting from this? How is this going to affect my future? Is this decision I'm about to make making me closer to the life I want to have and the life that I know I deserve to have, or is it taking me a step back? These are the kind of questions you ask yourself. That's why you need to be slow. Take your time with the decisions you make, with everything you do. You take your time. You don't need to be in a rush. You don't need to be hurrying all the time, because once you start doing things slow, at a slow pace, that's exactly how everything else is going to happen. Like, everything else is gonna flow the same way. Your decisions are going to be slower, your walks are gonna be slower, everything is gonna be slower because everything is slower. Everything is slower because everything is slower. So even in the decisions you make, you take time. Before you say, yes, I'm available on the weekend to go have lunch with you, you first think, am I too available? Have I been too available? Can I be busy? Even if it's busy counting rice in your house, okay? If you want to make salt and sugar and then separate them so that you can be busy, do that, okay? Just be busy, okay? When you start putting yourself first, even the decisions you make are very self-centered. I'm working towards being a very, very self-centered person. That's it for this video, ladies. I hope you ladies have a lovely day. And I know there are men in my channel, and I'm grateful that you guys are subscribed on my channel, but majority of the things that I say are from a woman's point of view. So that's why I always address the ladies, because I don't think there's anything I can say that a man can pick on and say, oh, you know, I can relate. But if that's the case, then well and good. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.